All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shemi Shai, and give double honors to the apostles of great millstone that rule well. Salutations to the men of the hope land, since elect. This is Makazar from the Trinidad camp. Just want to do a little edification for the elect's sake. And the name of this lesson will be, I rather that you prophesy. Because right now we're in the time of prophecy, we're in the year of prophecy, according to the apostles, and we in the time of prophecies. People, tutors, these churchgoers, they like to say we need time of revelations. Guess what? We need time of prophecies. We need time of prophecies fulfilling. All right? And therefore, we have to get with the times. We have to get with the program. Means that we have to go out there and prophesy. All right? Being a prophet don't mean that you can look at someone and say, well, you're gonna, good things gonna come to your life, or bad things, whatever the case is. Nah. Being a prophet is going out and speaking the words that the Lord gave you. Not just going out on a whim, and guessing what might come to pass, but reading thus saith the Lord. All right? Because when you look at the ancient times, the prophets spoke as they were commanded of Yahweh Shemi Shai. And now we in these last days, we rehearsing the words that the prophets spoke back then, because the times that they spoke of are these times that we're in right now. All right? The time of wars, the time of famine, the time of great persecution, the time of Jacob's trouble, the time of the mark of the beast, which is the RFID chip, the microchip, and also World War III. All right? So we're supposed to be prophesying right now. We're not supposed to be, playing the fool, like IUIC going out on marches. Nah, this is the time, to, as the scripture said, to hasten the time. This is the time where we have to really prophesy, when we have to go out and, as the scripture says in Ezekiel chapter 3, give them warning from the Lord Yahweh Shemi Shai. This is 1 Corinthians 14 verse 1. Follow after charity and desire spiritual gifts, but rather that ye may prophesy. All right, so we have to be prophesying. It says, for he that speaketh in an unknown tongue speaketh unto men, but speaketh not unto men, but unto God. For no man understandeth him. Howbeit in the spirit he speaketh mysteries. And I ain't talking about robo shobo kobo lobo. That was talking like the Lord rose up a Greek speaking prophet to go and speak unto the Hebrews. They wouldn't understand. All right, but he's speaking thing in a mystery. All right, just like with Daniel, the handwriting was what? Was in a different language, but then a prophet had to go and break it down. All right, so the prophets were the one that break down the mysteries of the Lord. And now we're breaking down the mysteries of the Lord through his spirit and through his son Yahweh Shai. Now is the time of prophecy. All right, now is not the time, for just focusing on worldly things. Now is the time to work the work while it is day. All right, verse 3, it says, but he that prophesied speaketh unto men to edification and exhortation and comfort. Comfort through the scriptures that, hey, we cannot be going through this all the time. All right, you see, these Edomite police, they killing Jake out, strangling Jake, shooting Jake, just taking Jake life, talking, speaking about the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, taking their lives. All right, as though their lives mean less than nothing. All right, but what the scripture said, we are worth many sparrows. We worth everything to the Lord Yahweh Shemi Shai. But the reason, these things happening to us is because we sin against the Lord. All right, so now people in a melancholy state because these things happening. But when we go out and prophesy, we give them what? We give them hope that these things not going to happen always. The scripture said, it says, oppression shall not rise up a second time. All right? And we exhorted them to do good and what? Edification. The scripture said wisdom is the principal thing, and through all thy gettings get understanding. And how do you get understanding of the times? You get understanding of the times by the men of the Lord, that the Lord rose up to go out and speak the word and to teach the word. So then therefore we're not on a vacation right now. We grinding in the mill right now, because we ourselves laboring to escape this pollution. All right. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 39 verse 1. It says, but he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all ancients, and be occupied in prophecies. We have to be occupied in prophecies. What the scripture said, examine the times. All right? We're gonna be in the wisdom of the ancients. Mean what? In the prophets. We're gonna be in the prophets, in the law, in the Psalms, all right, in the book of the apostles. And we're gonna be breaking down the scriptures and comparing spiritual things with spiritual to give Jacob warning about the times that we're in right now. Because if we don't do it, as the scripture said, he set us up as a watchman. And if we don't do it, then the blood of the people are gonna be on our hands. But if we give warning and they don't take heed, then their blood will be upon their own head. All right? So we have to cleanse our hand. As Paul said, he have not shunned to declare unto you the whole gospel of the Lord. Right? And now his hand is free from blood. So we have to free our hands from blood by going out and giving the people warning. All right? So we have to be prophesying. In church, they don't prophesy. All the speakers about, prospering and to keep people in that fear factor, remind them now and then about hell and the fiery pits. All right? But you're not telling the people what is to come. You're not going through the prophecies so that people could understand that these are the days that the Lord spoke of, and that they are not very far off, but they are right here, as the scripture said, even at the doors. But only the prophets will go and sound that alarm. All right? And only the elect and the 1/3 will give heed unto the alarm and be saved. All right? So we only out here for the elect. All right? This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 24 verse 33. It says, I will pour out doctrine as prophecy. The doctrine of the Lord pouring it out as prophecy, and leave it unto all ages forever. All right? So prophecy is always happening. So once you so-called preaching the doctrine, you have to be, the doctrine is prophesying. The doctrine is not about, saying this gonna happen in your life or that. No, we preach thus said the Lord. And the words were written, so therefore we speak. That is where we are to speak. We're not going out to be singing songs and passing collection buckets. Now, this is not what it's about. What it's about is escaping the pollution. And how we escape? Through prophecies. Through taking heed to the words of the Lord, which he put out in prophecies. It says, behold, that I have not labored for myself only, but for all them that seek wisdom. And through these prophecies, you're going to find wisdom. And we're not laboring for ourselves. As Paul say, I do all things for the elect's sake, that they might be saved. We're doing all things to wake up the elect. All right? Because that is the order the Lord gave us. So go out and preach the kingdom of heaven is at hand. It is at hand. It is not many days off. All right? As the scripture said, who is blind but him that had eyes? Who is blind but my servant? Seeing many things but perceive it not. And Israel seen all these things happening, but yet saying that the days are far off. But guess what? A lot of you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans gonna be caught outside in the cold and with your pants down. All right? And you're gonna be destroyed. You're gonna be destroyed. All right? This is the final precept here. This is Revelation chapter 19 verse 10. And I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahweh. So we have the testimony of Yahweh. Worship Yahweh, for the testimony of Yahweh is the spirit of prophecy. And if we the spirit of Yahweh, and as the church people say they covered in the blood, then they're supposed to be out here prophesying. But none of them do. When you look at all the so-called prophets in the churches, all they do is talk about what good they see coming or what bad they see coming to a person's life. But they can't, as the scripture said, you could discern, the signs of the sky, but you can't discern the times. All right? Leave that up to the men of the Lord, 144,000 men. All right? Which the men of great millstone and those that preach the same doctrine are part of the elect. And we out here pushing this truth because we seeking to escape the pollution. And the only how we're going to escape, as the scripture said, through the foolishness of preaching. That's why we out here prophesying. because that is the order that we have. So we're supposed to be prophesying. Yeah, we have things to do on the side, work, see about our families, give our wife or do benevolence, wherever the case is. But guess what? I rather that you prophesy. So with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. I want to give double honors to the apostles of great mercy not rule well. Salutations to the men of the whole land, saints elect. This is Makazar from ClothedInDoctrine&Truth saying Shalom, stay strong.